On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Genome.
The complete set or sequence of genes of a human, animal, plant, or other living things.
Examples:
Sequencing of the human genome. Genome analyses. The human genome contains approximately 3 billion chemical base pairs.
Discovery.
The act or process of finding information, a place, or an object, or learning about something that was previously not known.
Examples:
A scientific discovery. The great discovery of the century. Her research team made an important discovery.
Gene.
The fundamental unit of heredity and the sequence of nucleotides in DNA that codes for the creation of RNA or protein.
Examples:
Gene expression. Gene cloning. A defective gene is responsible for the disease.
Digit.
One of the elements that collectively form a system of numeration, a finger, thumb, or toe.
Examples:
Digit identifier. The digit in the hundreds place. We must enter a 6-digit number to unlock the safe.
Biology.
The scientific study of life and the natural processes of living things.
Examples:
Evolutionary biology. Cell and molecular biology. In junior high school, we had to dissect a frog in biology class.
Digital.
Processing or storing information as a succession of 1 and 0 to show that a signal is present or missing, relating to the use of computer technology, especially the Internet.
Examples:
A digital watch. Digital electronic signature. Sensors convert physical phenomena into digital signals.
Phase.
Any stage in a series of events, change, or development.
Examples:
Enter on the last phase. Two-phase structure. The era of the Industrial Revolution was a crucial phase of history.
Synthesize.
To combine a substance to make a more complex product or compound.
Examples:
Synthesize molecules. Synthesize information. The spider has the ability to synthesize multiple different silk proteins.
Quest.
A long or challenging search for something.
Examples:
The quest for truth. On a quest for happiness. That adventurer traveled in quest of buried treasure.
Pair.
To trim or cut away the outer edges or excess of something, often about physical objects or figurative concepts. To reduce or simplify something to its most essential or crucial elements. Pare an apple. Pare back wasteful spending. I must pare down my wardrobe and donate some of my clothes to charity.
Minimal.
Tiny in amount, the least possible.
Examples:
Minimal effort. Minimal amount. The process was carried out at minimal cost.
Component.
One of several parts that combines with others to form something bigger.
Examples:
Key component. Spare components for cars. The researchers try to discover a common component in all types of successful organizations.
Sequence.
A series of related events, actions, numbers, etc., which have a particular order.
Examples:
The sequence of the seasons. The DNA sequence. We do move forward with those tasks in sequence next week.
Analog.
Relating to or using signals or information represented by a continuous physical quantity, such as spatial position, voltage, etc.
Examples:
An analog watch. Digitization of analog sounds. Mercury thermometers are a type of analog sensor.
Regenerate.
To improve or renew an area, institution, system, etc., especially by making it more active or successful.
Examples:
Regenerate bone tissue. A regenerate sinner. The new CEO's primary mission is to regenerate the company on the verge of bankruptcy.
Universe.
Everything that exists, especially all physical matter, including planets, stars, galaxies, and all other forms of matter and energy.
Examples:
Theory of the universe. Expansion of the universe. The universe is about 13.8 billion years old.
Organism.
A tiny living thing.
Examples:
Aerobic organism. Group of organisms. A diversified plant species generally enhances beneficial organism populations.
Genital.
Of or relating to the external and internal reproductive organs.
Examples:
Genital bleeding. Pain in the genital area. The genital organs of the human body are necessary for reproduction.
Replicate.
To make an exact copy of something, to repeat a process or experiment to confirm the results.
Examples:
Replicate the cell. Replicate data. The experiment was replicated several times to ensure accuracy.
Laboratory.
A workplace for doing scientific research or teaching science, a lab.
Examples:
Laboratory accident. Anthropology laboratory. Animal protection groups call for an end to animal testing in a laboratory.
Metabolism.
The set of chemical reactions in cells or organisms that are necessary for life sustaining.
Examples:
Metabolism enzyme. Hemoglobin metabolism. Better sleep leads to increased metabolism.
Relative.
Considered and evaluated through comparison with something else.
Examples:
A remote relative. Relative factors. Most countries prohibit sexual activity between certain close relatives.
Unlikely.
Not probable or likely to happen.
Examples:
Unlikely event. It is unlikely that he would win the game. The passage of the bill is unlikely.
Yield.
The total output of crops, profits, etc. that are produced. Verb, to produce or supply helpful something, such as a profit, an amount of food, or information.
Examples:
Corn yield. The yield on the bond. The company's stock gives a high yield.
Decide.
To make up someone's mind about something, to come to a conclusion or judgment after considering options.
Examples:
Decide a question. Decide on a course of action. She couldn't decide whether to order the pizza or the pasta for dinner.
Chromosome.
A long and string-like DNA molecule containing the part or all of the genetic material of an organism that controls what an animal or plant is like.
Examples:
A sex chromosome. The end of chromosome. Human females normally have 2 X chromosomes.
Vary.
To become different in terms of size, shape, etc.
Examples:
Vary according to the age. Vary directly with the price. Maximum heart rates vary a lot for each individual.
Fundamental.
Forming an essential base or core from which everything else develops or is affected.
Examples:
Fundamental education. Fundamental rights. Human behavior has fundamental characteristics.
Chemistry.
The branch of the natural sciences dealing with the composition of substances and their properties and reactions.
Examples:
Professor of chemistry. The chemistry of soil. He is familiar with chemistry and biology.
Permit.
To allow for something to happen or be done. Noun, the act of giving a formal, usually written, authorization.
Examples:
Permit application. Work permit. The teacher will not permit any students to leave the classroom early.
Molecule.
A group of two or more atoms held together by attractive forces known as chemical bonds.
Examples:
Small molecules. Molecule behavior. The shape of the DNA molecule is a double helix.
Inert.
Lacking the ability to move or act, often used to describe an object or substance that is inactive or non-reactive.
Examples:
Inert gases. Inert ingredients. The rock was completely inert and didn't react when we tried to break it open.
Chemical.
Relating to or connected with chemistry.
Examples:
Toxic chemicals. A chemical compound. The firm has grown into a large chemical manufacturing.
Pace.
The speed at which someone or something moves, or the rate at which something happens or changes.
Examples:
At your own pace. The runner's pace. The economy is growing at a supercharged pace.
Exponential.
Becoming more and more rapid, of or involving mathematical exponents.
Examples:
Exponential growth. Exponential function. Since the 1990s, the Internet has continued to experience exponential growth.
Genetic.
Of or relating to genes, equals parts of the DNA in cells, or the science of genes.
Examples:
Have genetic testing. A genetic disorder. Understanding protein folding is a vital step in deciphering the genetic code.
Moving.
Causing strong emotions or feelings, especially sadness or sympathy.
Examples:
Moving experience. Moving ceremony. His moving speech about his struggles with addiction brought tears to the audience's eyes.
Curve.
A bend or angle in a line or surface that deviates from a straight or flat path, a gradual or smooth change in direction or shape.
Examples:
Learning curve. Yield curve. The curve in the road was so sharp that I had to slow down to navigate it safely.
Bioethics.
The study of ethical issues related to life sciences and healthcare, particularly those related to the moral implications of scientific advances in medicine and biology.
Examples:
Bioethics Committee. Bioethics research. Using animals in medical research raises complex questions about bioethics and animal welfare.
Experiment.
The scientific test conducted to observe what happens and gain new knowledge.
Examples:
Experiment design. Series of experiments. His experiments showed highly positive results.
Degenerate.
Of a person, animal, or plant, to become worse in health or physical condition.
Examples:
degenerate into a disagreement. Degenerate into recession. The once thriving city has degenerated into a crime-ridden slum.
Process.
A series of actions or operations performed to achieve a particular outcome or goal. A systematic procedure or approach used to accomplish a specific task or objective. A method of treating milk to make it suitable for consumption or use in other dairy products.
Examples:
process improvement. Decision-making process. The process for applying for a visa can be lengthy and complicated.
Attempt.
An act or effort of trying to do something, especially something difficult.
Examples:
the attempt to rescue the hostages. A reckless attempt. The third attempt was far more successful.
Phi.
The 21st letter of the Greek alphabet, phi, used in mathematics and sciences to represent various concepts such as the golden ratio, magnetic flux, and phase angle.
Examples:
golden phi ratio. Phi coefficient. The mathematician explained the significance of phi in the sequence of Fibonacci numbers.
Virus.
A tiny infectious organic material that causes disease in people, animals, and plants.
Examples:
spread of the virus. A strain of virus. An infected person in the hospital will likely pass the virus to others.
Bacteria.
Single-celled or non-cellular spherical or spiral or rod-shaped organisms that exist in large numbers in the air, water, and soil, and also in living and dead creatures and plants, and are often a cause of disease.
Examples:
pathogenic bacteria. Harmless bacteria. Bacteria prevalent in hospitals are often resistant to antibiotics.
Exciting.
Causing a lot of interest or excitement.
Examples:
exciting football player. Exciting news. The findings of the experiment were both exciting and unexpected.
Viral.
Relating to or caused by a virus.
Examples:
fight viral infections. Detect a viral code. This device can more accurately detect viral pathogens.
Particle.
A small piece of something, a word or piece of a term with grammatical function, but little or no significance.
Examples:
charged particle. Particle energy. We can calculate the position of the particle statistically.
Release.
To set free or allow to escape from confinement.
Examples:
Release a prisoner. Release CO2 into the air. The animal rights group worked to release the dolphins back into the wild.
Coli.
A bacterium of the genus Escherichia that is commonly found in the human gut and is used as a model organism in molecular biology and biochemistry.
Examples:
E. coli bacteria strain. Coli cells. The study of Escherichia coli has led to important advancements in areas such as antibiotic resistance, gut microbiome, and synthetic biology.
Industrious.
Hardworking, diligent, and persistent in effort.
Examples:
Industrious worker. Industrious student. He was known to be very industrious and would often work late into the night.
Software.
A set of computer programs and associated documentation and data for doing particular computational jobs.
Examples:
Software architect. Copyrighted software. The company specializes in both hardware and software.
Hardware.
Durable tools, machinery, and other equipment, the physical and electronic parts of a computer or other electronic systems.
Examples:
The hardware department. A vast inventory of hardware. The mouse and keyboard are essential hardware for operating a PC.
Cassette.
A small, rectangular plastic case containing magnetic tape used to record and playback audio or data on devices such as tape players or recorders. A pre-recorded tape containing music, speech, or other sound recordings.
Examples:
Cassette tape. Cassette player. I found an old cassette with my favorite songs from the 80s.
Critic.
Someone who expresses opinions about the quality of books, music, etc.
Examples:
Art critic. Severe critic. Advocates for legal reform hear less harsh words from their critics.
Accurate.
Correct and exact in all details.
Examples:
Provide accurate information. Accurate measurements. The official transcript contains accurate academic records.
Accuracy.
The state or degree of being exact or correct, the ability to perform something with proficiency and without mistake.
Examples:
Degree of accuracy. The accuracy of his compass. To assure accuracy, I recommend investing in high-quality test kits.
Overlap.
To partially cover something by going beyond its edge.
Examples:
Overlap one another. Overlap in many areas. There was no overlap between their proposals.
Unique.
Being the only one of its kind, unlike anything else.
Examples:
A unique teacher. Unique design. The painting is unique, and there is no other like it.
Element.
A fundamental or essential part of something.
Examples:
New design elements. Non-metallic elements. Natural selection is an essential element in Darwin's theory of evolution.
Watermark.
A visible or invisible design or pattern that is embedded into paper or other surfaces and is used to prevent counterfeiting or illegal copying.
Examples:
Copyright watermark. Watermark logo. The watermark on the document ensured that it could not be forged or duplicated without permission.
Roughly.
Approximately, but not precisely, with a violent manner.
Examples:
Roughly explain my idea. Roughly speaking. 5 miles is roughly similar to 8 kilometers.
Amino.
Compounds and functional groups that contain a basic nitrogen atom with a lone pair, NH2, that combine to make protein.
Examples:
Amino compound. Amino acid. This company was granted a patent for its amino resin manufacturing process.
Acid.
Sour, water-soluble chemicals with a sour flavor, any of a variety of generally liquid compounds capable of reacting with and occasionally dissolving other materials.
Examples:
An acid reaction. Good source of essential amino acids. During pregnancy, the stomach generates less acid than usual.
Designate.
To indicate, specify, or name someone or something for a particular purpose or job, to give a name or title to something.
Examples:
Designate a representative. Designated driver. He was designated as the team captain for the upcoming game.
Initially.
At the beginning, at first.
Examples:
Initially anticipated. Diagnosed initially as a tumor. This train departed later than initially scheduled.
Autograph.
A person's signature or handwritten inscription, especially that of a famous or admired individual.
Examples:
Autograph collection. Celebrity autograph. I was thrilled to get the autograph of my favorite musician after the concert.
Disappoint.
To fail to meet someone or their hopes or expectations, to make someone feel sad.
Examples:
Disappoint the audience. Don't disappoint me. She worked very hard not to disappoint her boss's expectations.
Poetry.
Poems in general as a genre of literature.
Examples:
Modern poetry. Book of poetry. Different cultures have different comfortable word rhythms, so the composition of poetry varies greatly.
Chew.
To crush or grind something, especially food, with the teeth and then swallow it.
Examples:
Chew each word. Chew a stick of gum. My dog loves to chew on bones.
Enzyme.
A substance produced by a living organism that acts as a catalyst to bring about a specific biochemical reaction.
Examples:
Enzyme reaction. Lack of digestive enzymes. A deficiency in the enzyme can lead to a medical condition.
Abundance.
A significant amount of something, the situation in which there is too much of something.
Examples:
An age of abundance. An abundance of examples. A healthy farm provides an abundance of food.
Extreme.
Very great in amount or degree.
Examples:
Extreme sports. Extreme weather events. Solar gravity creates extreme pressures and temperatures.
Robust.
Sturdy and healthy in form, constitution, or construction, strong enough to withstand or overcome intellectual challenges or adversity.
Examples:
Robust growth. A robust appetite. The experiment yielded robust results that support his theory.
Automatic.
Able to work or operate with little or no direct human control, independent of external control.
Examples:
Automatic operation. The automatic shrinking of the pupils. In passenger aircraft, it is common to use an automatic pilot during cruising.
Playoff.
A series of games or matches played among teams or individuals to determine the winner of a competition or championship, particularly in sports.
Examples:
Playoff game. 18-hole playoff. The team made it to the playoff round and is one step closer to the championship.
Readily.
Easily or willingly, without hesitation or difficulty, quickly or promptly.
Examples:
Readily available. Readily accessible. The user manual can readily find the information you're looking for.
Exhaust.
The system in a vehicle that removes waste gases from the engine, verb, to make someone completely tired.
Examples:
Exhaust pipe. Exhaust a topic. The factory's exhaust fumes polluted the air and affected the health of the nearby residents.
Modern.
Of or belonging to the present time or recent times.
Examples:
Modern poetry. Pre-modern agricultural society. Their headquarters are in a modern skyscraper.
Molecular.
Of or relating to molecules, equals a group of two or more atoms held together by attractive forces known as chemical bonds.
Examples:
Molecular structure. Molecular biology. Molecular weight is the sum of all the atoms.
Mechanism.
A part of a machine, or a set of parts that performs a task, a natural or established process that occurs during a specific situation or reaction.
Examples:
The mechanism for DNA replication. Defense mechanism. He discovered unique mechanisms for photochemical reactions.
Homologous.
Having the same or similar structure, position, or function, particularly in different species or organisms, related by common ancestry.
Examples:
Homologous genes. Homologous structures. Homologous recombination is a process that can occur during DNA repair.
Recombine.
To combine or put together again or differently, to cause genetic recombination, equals the process by which genetic material is broken and joined to other genetic material.
Examples:
Recombine at the surface. Ability to recombine. Some scientists argue that the genes in food should not be artificially recombined.
Radiology.
The branch of medicine that uses medical imaging technologies such as X-rays, CT scans, MRIs, and ultrasound to diagnose and treat diseases and injuries.
Examples:
Interventional radiology. Diagnostic radiology. The patient underwent a radiology scan to diagnose their medical condition.
Radiation.
The energy that comes from a nuclear reaction in the form of rays, waves, or particles, and that can be hazardous to health.
Examples:
Exposure to radiation. Electromagnetic radiation. He tried every possible treatment, including chemotherapy and radiation therapy.
Panel.
A square or rectangular and flat piece of something that forms a distinct section or component of something, a small group of specialists who discuss particular topics or give their advice or opinion about something.
Examples:
Panel discussion. Cost of solar panels. A panel of economic advisors from the United States visited the country to help rebuild its economy.
Desiccate.
To remove moisture and liquids from something thoroughly.
Examples:
Desiccate food. Desiccated milk. The bricks were desiccated by the hot air completely.
Vacuum.
A space empty of matter, a device or tool used for cleaning or removing debris by creating suction.
Examples:
Vacuum cleaner, vacuum packing. Please use the vacuum to clean up the mess on the floor.
Absolutely.
Without restriction or limitation, completely or utterly.
Examples:
Absolutely against. Absolutely obsessed with the girl. I am absolutely opposed to his idea because of morality.
Aqueous.
Of or pertaining to water, containing, dissolved in, or related to water, watery or liquid in nature.
Examples:
Aqueous medium. Aqueous environment. The medication must be stored in an aqueous solution to maintain effectiveness.
Environment.
The natural world such as air, water, and land in which humans, animals, and plants live.
Examples:
Environment affairs. Chaotic environment. Every human is responsible for taking care of the Earth's environment.
Micrograph.
A photograph or image that has been taken through a microscope or magnifying lens, typically used for scientific or medical purposes.
Examples:
Micrograph image. High-resolution micrograph. The micrograph of the cell shows detailed structures that the naked eye cannot see.
Yeast.
A type of fungus that is used in making alcoholic drinks such as beer and wine or to make bread rise.
Examples:
Yeast cell. Yeast leavened bread. They carefully nurture a yeast fungus used to produce sake.
Automatically.
Without needing a direct human control.
Examples:
Record driving automatically. Automatically adjusted. Our subscription plan is automatically renewed.
Electron.
A tiny particle with a negative electrical charge.
Examples:
Flow of electrons. Beam of electrons. The outermost electron shell determines the chemical properties of an atom.
Microscope.
An instrument used to see objects or substances that are too small to be seen with the naked eye.
Examples:
Microscope slide. Electron microscope. I used an optical microscope to observe the small organisms in the water sample.
Humming.
Producing a continuous, low, vibrating sound like that of the bee.
Examples:
Humming sound. Hummingbird. The humming of the bees filled the air as she walked through the garden.
Define.
To state or explain precisely the nature, scope, or meaning of something.
Examples.
Define a word. Define my position. To advance this discussion, we must define success rigorously.
Structure.
The way of construction of something and the arrangement of its parts, or a complex thing constructed of many parts.
Examples.
The structure of a machine. Structure and function of the brain. The organizational structure of startups is often flat and straightforward.
Font.
A complete set of characters in a particular style and size used for printing text or displaying information on a screen.
Examples.
Font size. Script font. I changed the font on my resume to make it more visually appealing.
Activate.
Make something start working, more active or dynamic.
Examples.
Activate a receptor. Activate a motor. You must activate the software with a 16-digit key before you can use it.
Obvious.
Easy to see, discover, or understand.
Examples.
Obvious reasons. His conclusion was obvious. There are obvious differences between the two wine-producing regions.
Complicated.
Involving a lot of different things or parts in a way that is difficult to understand or analyze.
Examples.
A complicated process. Become increasingly complicated. He did complicated pen and ink drawings in just a few days.
Eukaryotic.
Organisms whose cell nuclei are surrounded by a nuclear envelope.
Examples.
Eukaryotic algae. Eukaryotic genome. Mitochondria exist in every eukaryotic cell.
Nucleus.
The central and most important part of something. Biology, a part of the cell containing DNA and RNA and responsible for growth and reproduction. Physics, the very dense central region of an atom.
Examples.
Form a nucleus. The nucleus of a team. DNA is stored in the nucleus of a cell.
Clone.
A plant or animal whose genetic information is identical to that of a parent organism from which it was created, an unauthorized copy or imitation.
Examples.
Clone embryo. Recombinant clone. He is like an exact clone of his brother.
Archaea.
A group of single-celled microorganisms distinguished from bacteria by their unique cell wall structure and biochemical characteristics, which are found in extreme environments such as hot springs and salt flats.
Examples.
Archaea microorganism. Thermophile archaea. The study of archaea is important for understanding the origins of life on Earth.
Integrate.
To combine one thing with another so that they form a whole or work together. To accept equal participation for members of all races and ethnic groups.
Examples.
Integrate into the existing system. Integrate both businesses. He found that it is difficult to integrate socially.
Transplant.
To move or transfer something from one place or person to another. To take living tissue or an organ from one person, animal, part of the body, etc., and put it into or onto another.
Examples.
Transplant a heart. Transplant my family to America. He tried to transplant the seedling into a larger pot.
Purify.
To remove harmful substances from something and increase the concentration of it.
Examples.
Purify hydrogen gas. Purify the blood. The equipment is frequently used to purify and distribute drinking water.
Microbe.
A tiny living thing that can only be seen with a microscope and that may cause disease.
Examples.
Pathogenic microbe. Microbe sterilizer. Microbes thrive on the surface of the human skin.
Distant.
Far away in space, time, or where you are, far apart in relevance, relationship, or kinship.
Examples.
A distant memory. Distant ancestors. The sun set over the crest of distant hills.
Digest.
To transform food into absorbable substances, break down.
Examples.
Digest information. Help digest food. Most babies can readily digest a broad variety of foods.
Protein.
A molecule made up of a long chain of amino acids, which is essential for the structure and function of the body's tissues.
Examples.
Stress protein. Protein synthesis. The body needs a certain amount of protein to build and repair tissues.
Stunning.
Causing a strong emotional reaction of admiration, surprise, or shock due to its beauty, rarity, or excellence.
Examples.
Stunning beauty. Stunning disclosure. The stunning sunset took everyone's breath away.
Appreciate.
To value and acknowledge the worth of someone or something, to be grateful for something or someone.
Examples.
Appreciate her feedback. Appreciate the value. We would appreciate an early reply.
Sophisticated.
Having a great deal of worldly experience and knowledge of people's behavior, culture, and fashion.
Examples:
sophisticated look, a sophisticated lifestyle. Marketing strategies are growing more sophisticated.
Graphics:
Images, designs, or drawings used in websites, books, magazines, etc.
Examples:
computer graphics, graphics engine. My dream is to become a great graphics designer like her.
Evolution:
a gradual process of transformation of living things.
Examples:
human evolution, evolution theory. They study the evolution of the universe.
Trait:
a particular feature of your nature.
Examples:
chemical trait, personality traits. Multiple genes may influence behavioral traits concurrently.
Restriction:
a limitation or constraint placed on something, or the act of limiting or constraining something.
Examples:
nutritional restriction, restriction on trade. The restriction on travel during the pandemic made it difficult for people to see their loved ones.
Recognize:
to acknowledge or realize something or someone, to identify, remember, or become aware of something that was previously known or encountered.
Examples:
recognize talent, recognize achievement. It's important to recognize your strengths and weaknesses.
Characteristic:
a typical feature or quality that can identify, tell apart, or describe something or somebody.
Examples:
stripes characteristic of the zebra. My friend's characteristic laugh. Bananas have their characteristic taste and odor.
Convert:
to turn something into a different form, to transform.
Examples:
convert fat into energy. Convert base 10 to base 16. I want to convert my sadness into strength.
Membrane:
a soft, thin layer that forms animal or vegetable tissue.
Examples:
cell membranes, nuclear membrane. Loud noises might harm the fragile ear membrane.
Transfer:
to move, pass, or change from one person, place, or situation to another.
Examples:
transfer a file, transfer power. She transferred the money from her savings account to her checking account.
Alchemy:
a medieval chemical philosophy and speculative theory that aimed to transform base metals into gold or produce a universal elixir that could cure all diseases and grant immortality, a process of transformation or creation that appears magical or mysterious.
Examples:
Alchemy experiment. Alchemy of emotions. Today, the study of alchemy remains an important part of the history of science and philosophy.
Dramatically.
In a very impressive manner.
Examples:
He confessed dramatically. The cabin pressure fell dramatically. Life expectancy has grown dramatically this century.
Argue.
To express differing opinions or points of view, often in a heated or contentious manner, to present a case or reasoning to persuade or convince others.
Examples:
Argue a case. Argue passionately. The couple began to argue over which restaurant to go to for dinner.
Genesis.
The origin or beginning of something. The first book of the biblical scriptures of both Judaism and Christianity, describing the creation of the earth and humankind.
Examples:
The genesis of civilization. In the book of Genesis. The politician's remarks became the genesis of the clash between the two countries.
Explosion.
A violent release induced by a chemical or nuclear reaction.
Examples:
A lot of explosions. Site of the explosion. A broken gas pipe triggered the explosion.
Massive.
Enormous amount, very heavy and solid.
Examples:
Massive amounts. Massive stars. The recent economic downturn has resulted in massive layoffs.
Speciation.
The evolutionary process by which populations evolve to become distinct species.
Examples:
Chemical speciation. Speciation of wildlife. Speciation allows for divergent evolutionary trends within species.
Context.
The circumstances, facts, or conditions that surround a particular event, situation, or statement and that give it meaning.
Examples:
Historical context. Legal context. It's important to understand the context of a situation before making a decision.
Planet.
Any of the 9 large celestial bodies that circle in the solar system, any celestial body that revolves around a star.
Examples:
Planet like the Earth. Save the planet. Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun.
Fee.
A sum of money charged for a particular service.
Examples:
Fee calculation. Service fee. The lawyer's fee for the case was $10,000.
Medicinal.
Of or relating to the treatment or cure of disease.
Examples:
Medicinal chemistry. traditional medicinal. The medicinal properties of this herb have been known to help with various ailments.
Fuel.
A substance that is typically burned to generate heat or energy.
Examples:
Biomass fuel, smokeless fuel. The manufacturing sector was most severely impacted by the fuel scarcity.
Stretch.
To make or be capable of making anything longer or broader without hurting or breaking.
Examples:
Stretch along the coast. Stretch a story. Some herds have been observed to stretch hundreds of kilometers.
Coal.
A combustible black or brownish-black sedimentary rock that is found below the ground and burnt to produce heat.
Examples:
A coal-fired ship. Construction of new coal plants. We combust coal and other fossil fuels to generate electricity.
Barrel.
A large round container made of wood, metal, or plastic, with flat ends and, usually, curved sides, one of several units of volume.
Examples:
A barrel of beer. $30 a barrel. One rotten apple spoils the whole barrel.
Replace.
To take the place of something.
Examples:
Replace one word with another. Replace a phone. Eventually, the new design will replace all older models.
Atmosphere.
The mass of air that surrounds the Earth, the pervading tone or mood of a place, situation, or creative work.
Examples:
Carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. A convivial atmosphere. The spaceship began to burn up as it approached the Earth's atmosphere.
Database.
A large amount of data stored in a computer system in such a way that it can be searched and updated easily.
Examples:
Database administrator. Employee database. Each country's officials can access the central database.
Electronics.
The branch of physics and technology that deals with the behavior and control of electrons and the use of electronic devices and systems.
Examples:
Electronics industry. Electronics store. The company specializes in manufacturing and selling cutting-edge electronics.
Diversity.
The quality or fact of many different types of things or people being included in something, a range of different things or people.
Examples:
The diversity policy of the university. Lingual diversity. He was impressed by the range and diversity of the collection.
Primarily.
Mainly.
Examples:
Intended primarily for young people. Primarily affect adults. All peaceful cooperation is based primarily on mutual trust.
Imaginary.
Existing only in someone's mind.
Examples:
Imaginary number. Imaginary pregnancy. Little children tend to have imaginary friends.
Technique.
A particular way or art of doing something that needs skill.
Examples:
A technique in martial arts. The technique applied to construction. Jockey's superior technique brought him victory.
Synthesis.
The combination of components or elements to form a more complex whole. The creation of something new through combining parts or elements.
Examples:
Synthesis of ammonia. Protein synthesis inhibitor. The chemical synthesis of the new drug was a breakthrough in medical research.
Combination.
A collection of things that have been combined, an assemblage of separate parts or qualities.
Examples:
Genic combinations. Combination number. The combination to the safe was a secret.
Optimize.
To make the best or most effective use of something.
Examples:
Optimize a process. Optimize control for cooling. The essence of economics is to optimize the allocation of limited resources.
Octane.
A hydrocarbon compound, C8H18, that is a component of gasoline and is used as a measure of fuel quality, with higher octane ratings indicating better performance and greater resistance to engine knock.
Examples:
Octane compound. Low octane fuel. Premium gas has a higher octane rating, which makes it more expensive than regular gasoline.
Pharmaceutical.
Relating to the production and selling of the medical drugs.
Examples:
Major pharmaceutical companies. Commercial pharmaceutical products. She gave money to help set up a pharmaceutical laboratory.
Vaccine.
A substance that is put into the body and protects them from disease by causing them to produce antibodies, equals proteins that attack harmful bacteria, viruses, etc.
Examples:
Development of vaccines. An oral vaccine. The mRNA vaccine was approved in less than a year because it did not contain the fragments of the target virus.
Viability.
The ability of something to be successful or to continue to exist.
Examples:
Cellular viability. Viability of the business. The project's viability was uncertain, so we put it on hold.
Snapshot.
An informal photograph, especially one taken quickly.
Examples:
Take a snapshot. Developed snapshot. There were framed snapshots of family and friends in her room.
Necessarily.
In an essential manner, in such a way as could not be otherwise.
Examples:
Not necessarily a problem. Necessarily true. This accident was something that happened necessarily.
Generation.
All the people born and living at about the same time, regarded collectively, the production of heat or electricity.
Examples:
Generation gap. The generation of electricity. The younger generation has different values and beliefs than the older one.
Ethanol.
A colorless, flammable alcohol that is produced by the fermentation of sugars and is commonly used as a fuel, solvent, and in the manufacture of alcoholic beverages.
Examples:
Ethanol plant. Ethanol production. The production of ethanol can have environmental benefits if produced from renewable sources.
Butanol.
A colorless liquid alcohol compound with 4 carbon atoms, commonly used as a solvent or as a fuel additive.
Examples:
Butanol solvent. Butanol production. Due to its low vapor pressure, butanol fuel is considered safer for storage and transport than other biofuels.
Avail.
To help or benefit, to use or take advantage of.
Examples:
Avail you little. Avail ourselves of this opportunity. Their financing options are reasonable and easy to avail.
Feedstock.
The raw material or substances that are used to make a product, particularly in industrial or manufacturing processes.
Examples:
Feedstock supply. Feedstock procurement. Corn is a common feedstock for ethanol production.
Sunlight.
The light emitted by the sun, the rays of the sun.
Examples:
A glare of sunlight. Indirect sunlight. Radiation from sunlight has a different wavelength.
Temperature.
The degree of hotness or coldness of a thing or place.
Examples:
Extreme temperatures. The atmospheric temperature. Cities around the world set records for highest temperatures this summer.
Methane.
A chemical compound with the chemical formula CH4 with no smell or color, often used as a fuel.
Examples:
Atmospheric methane. Reduce methane emissions. The ignition of methane gas in the plant killed 5 employees.
Hydrogen.
The chemical element that is the lightest gas is colorless, odorless, tasteless, and combines with oxygen to form water.
Examples:
hydrogen gas. Heavy hydrogen. The hydrogen and the oxygen react and then form water.
Capture.
To catch a person or an animal and confine them in an area which they cannot escape.
Examples:
Capture a glimpse. Capture customers' hearts. I was able to capture the moment on film.
Modest.
Having or showing a humble estimate of one's merits, importance, etc., free from vanity, egotism, boastfulness, or great pretensions.
Examples:
Modest income. Only a modest fee. Despite his many achievements, he remained modest and down to earth.
Petrol.
A flammable liquid made from petroleum that is used as a fuel in internal combustion engines, commonly known as gasoline in North America.
Examples:
Petrol station. Petrol engine. I must fill my car with petrol before going on a long road trip.
Instant.
Happening immediately, with no delay.
Examples:
Get instant access. An instant reply. His pleasant face turned cold in an instant.
Influenza.
Formal for flu, a highly contagious viral disease that causes fever, severe aching, and catarrh and often occurs in epidemics.
Examples:
An epidemic outbreak of influenza. Influenza B strain. The research institute allocated a lot of money to study the cause and prevention of influenza.
Advance.
To go or move forward, to develop in a positive way.
Examples:
Advance the technology. Advance a cooperative relationship. Scientific knowledge will advance significantly with the power of AI.
Evolutionary.
Relating to or denoting how living things develop or change from earlier forms.
Examples:
Ecology and evolutionary biology. The evolutionary process. Evolutionary algorithms can find ways to optimize that humans do not anticipate.
Synthetic.
Made by combining chemical substances as opposed to being naturally occurring.
Examples:
Synthetic fiber. Synthetic fertilizer. Synthetic diamonds play an essential role as machine tool blades.
Eventually.
Finally, particularly after a long time or a lot of struggle, complications, and so on.
Examples:
Eventually become obsolete. Eventually succeed. The corporation eventually dominated the entire tobacco business.
Improvisation.
The act of making something up on the spot or creating or performing something without preparation.
Examples:
improvisation on stage, jazz improvisation. He created a beautiful piece of music using only improvisation.
Survive.
To live or exist despite a dangerous event or period.
Examples:
survive a blizzard, survive a plane crash. These birds can only survive in temperate climates.